which tech suit should you buy in 2025? That's what we're going to try and work out today, and to do so, I've compiled 30 of the latest and greatest tech suits, and I'm going to rank them for you on a tier list. Before we do dive into that tier list though, I do just want to say if you are in the market for a tech suit, I've got a comprehensive tech suit buying tool on my website that asks you a multitude of questions and will give you 3 recommendations based on your individual needs. But today, we're going to go into a little bit more of a nitty-gritty, nuanced look at all the main offerings from all the brands all over the world, and I'm going to rank them to work out which suits have value to you on today's market. And as you can see, I've got 30 of the suits down there. And before I did start this video today, I went online, I Googled every one of these options to see how much I could buy them today in the UK, because that's where I am. So I'm going to give prices in British pounds, not US dollars. And we're starting with the Deboer 3DM suit, which I've done one of these tier lists in 2019, 2021, and 2023, so every 2 years. And this is the first time Deboer has featured on a tier list. In fact, I don't even know if Deboer was a manufacturer the last time I've done a tier list, because they're pretty new. And they're causing quite a storm in the triathlon world. Their wetsuits are expensive, but apparently the real deal. Everyone who wears one loves one, and I was super excited to try their suit. I wore it for the first time in September, and to be honest, I had pretty neutral opinions because the suit I didn't love. It felt almost like naked wearing it, and I like to know I'm wearing a tech suit, even though it had this textured material on it. And I was neutral to it because the price seemed pretty fair for a brand new model. It was like, I think 200 euros, so like not even 200 pounds. And I was like, that's fair. When I Googled it today, it was 325 pounds on their website, which makes it the most expensive suit of any of these suits you can see on the screen right now. All of them were cheaper on a Google search today than 325 pounds. This is the most expensive suit, and for that reason, I would avoid Deboer's 3DM like the plague. Sorry, Deboer, but your suit is not worth 325 pounds. The next suit, and the suits on here are the latest offerings from all the major players, the suits that released in the last couple of years, and there is a few discontinued models if I think people are going to ask about them, or I think they offer something that nothing on the market currently offers. So the first, I don't even know if this is actually discontinued. Maybe Arena still sell the Core Effect. It's not fully discontinued, but in my mind it is, because it's been completely replaced by the Primo in their range. The Core Effect is a bit of a sprinty suit, high compression, hamstring taping. And if that's what interests you and you want to buy an Arena suit, you should buy their Primo. It's just better, right? So in my mind, the Core Effects, it's fine, you know, but there's no reason to buy it. The only reason that maybe you could have over the Primo is the price, and the Primo is £310, whereas the Core Effects is £205 on a Google search today. But then if you're going to spend £205, there's other suits I'd get. So in my opinion, it's fine. There's no reason to buy it. And that moves us to another more unique brand, and that's the Madwave Forceshell. And it's weird because I remember reviewing this suit and thinking it had quite a good value proposition. I think suits were generally more expensive then. I could find discounts on every suit today really on the list, but I feel like I reviewed this at cheaper than I could find it online today. I could barely find it under £200, which again, I would take the Core Effects for 205 over the Madwave Forceshell, unfortunately at 195. Now the first tier suit on the list, and tier seems like they've got a really weird stance. They were like Team GB, Aquatics GB sponsor like within the last 5 years, and now they're barely for sale in the UK. They have a TYR Europe website that has a few colorway options. TYR are almost not in Europe now. I did find some Venzo at £300, which I've got mixed fit signals, because my only time sub 23 was in a 53 star was in a TYR Venzo. I do really like the TYR Venzo, and even though I feel like its design is dated by, that was back in 2019, by 2025 standards, and £300 is very expensive. I'm gonna give it here. I barely feel like there's a reason to buy it, but here we are. And now the next 3 suits in this tier list are all, you might not recognize them. That's because they're not available in Europe or the US. They're Japanese exclusive suits. This is a Mizuno, then this is an Arena Japan, and this is a Speedo Japan, the laser Glint. And you can't buy any of these suits in Europe and America. I just said that. The only way you can buy them is with today's channel sponsor. That's Buy. And Buy, you've probably seen, if you've watched my videos before, you've seen them. I love them as a channel sponsor. I use their services myself regularly to buy suits and to buy Pokemon cards, because basically they're a drop shipping service from Japan, and it's a real simple service. I actually bought a suit, I bought this exact suit actually, the Mizuno GX Sonic 6 CR from Japan this morning, because you can pre-order it right now. And what you do is you go on the website, you can go to Mizuno Japan's website, you can go to Yahoo Auction, you can go to Rakuten, which is like a Amazon in Japan, and you go on there and you buy something and they ship it, Rakuten. So I bought a suit from Rakuten this morning. They ship it directly to Bai's factory, then you pay Bai a shipping fee, which is about £20 per suit, and then they ship it to the UK or America or wherever in the world you are. And their fee is like £2.50. It's a brilliant service, it's an efficient service. I love it. It's today's channel sponsor. And if you use the discount code in the description, you will save 10% off your first purchase. And all three of these Japanese suits, the Mizuno GX Sonic 6 CR, the Arena Aquaforce Storm CP, and the Speedo Laser Pure Glint are all £150, which means with the 10% off, you're going to pay £135, cheaper than all the other suits I've mentioned today so far. And then you'll pay £20 for shipping, and you might, I'm full disclosure here, I'm not trying to scare anyone, you might have to pay import tax depending on what country you're in. Sometimes I have to pay import tax, sometimes I don't, I avoid it for some reason, I don't know, like I don't actually avoid it, I just don't get asked to pay it, and I'm super happy. So you might have to pay a little bit extra, but bottom line, these suits are super cheap. And the Mizuno GX Sonic 6 CR, it's not an S-tier suit, but it's a great suit. My God, it's a great suit. It's like the basic standard comfy suit on steroids. It's got single hamstring tape and it goes on easily. It's high quality and the value is great. And this new teal colorway just looks gorgeous. The whole suit is Ribtex. Love this suit. I've got a full review on the channel of this suit. In fact, I've got a full review on the channel of pretty much most of these suits, so you're welcome to go find them out. And then the next suit is the Arena Aquaforce Storm CP. Now this is a sprint suit, a very rigid, thick, stiff suit with crazy hamstring taping in a Y shape on the back of the suit, a thinner, lighter material on the front of the suit, and yeah, it's a good suit. It's a good suit. It's a sprint suit. It's a 50s and 100s, and it's a great buy. I mean, it can be either side of the CR. It's a great suit. I love this suit. And then the Laser Pure Glint. This is very similar to the Pure Valor, but it doesn't come with high and low waisted options. It comes in like this middle waist option, and the cut is allegedly more for the sort of Japanese build, which I'm not. I'm taller than the average Japanese person, so for me it's fine, but there's probably no reason to buy this suit. You're probably better off just with Speedo European options. But if you do want to try crazy Japanese Speedo suit, Bai is your best bet. And talking of the Pure Glint, we've now got the Pure Valor 2.0 and the Pure Valor Original. Now the Pure Valor, people love it. It's the go-to Speedo suit now. It's worn by so many great swimmers, and it's a great buy. You can get it today for £165 in the 2.0 variation. It's just a thin, comfy, easy to put on suit. I love the high waist version's fit. Yeah, it's a no bells and whistles suit. It's a basic suit. It's not going to have any negative impacts on your race. It's not got too much compression. It's not got too thick or too heavy material. It's just a very simple suit. It's a great buy. But I wanted to include the original version on this list as well. And even though the 2.0's price is now dropping, the original version you can pick up for £100 in pretty much any size and colour. And that, to me, is S tier. That's the best value in tech suits you can get, because that's £100 shipped. Like, you're paying no more than £100 and you've got a suit. Honestly, if you're on a budget buying tech suits, buy 3 of them right now. Like, don't buy one of anything else, just buy 3 Valors. One for the end of season championship meet, 2 just to wear for the rest of the season, heats and finals, change suits. If you've got no suits, and you've got £300 budget, buy 3 of them instead of 1 flagship. Or if you've got £200 budget, buy 2 of them, not 1 flagship. Or if you've just got £100 budget, well, absolutely get that, because it's better than any of the budget suits. That's why it's S tier, and that's the original Valor. This is the Carbon Glide. The women love this. Gretchen Walsh loves this, although she's switching to Primo. Kate Douglas loves this. Lydia Jacoby loves this. A lot of women love this. A lot of the American women especially love this suit. Gregor Zirk loved this before he signed with Speedo, always wore the Glide. But for me, it's fine. There's no reason to buy it. I mean, I'd personally put it there. I just don't love the Carbon Glide. There's nothing against it. I did say everything in S tier, or maybe I didn't say it, but at least 4. Everything in S tier is a suit I would wear in a race. I wouldn't actually wear the Pure Valor in a race because it doesn't really suit any of the races I do, but it still deserves S tier. But a suit I absolutely will wear in a race is the Mizuno GX Sonic NV. Again, get this on Buy. It's £150. Obviously, there are going to be some more fees. So let's just say you're about £200 in when you get any of these Japanese. All these Japanese suits are £150 for some reason, and they're probably about between 180 and 200 by the time you've shipped them to the UK and paid import. With import, you've probably paid £200 all in, which is very good value. This is the best 50 meter suit on the market, the best all-out sprint suit on the market. It's thick, brilliant X-shaped hamstring taping, great longevity. That's the thing that really is the kicker with this suit. It's the longevity. Yeah, it's my favourite 53 star suit, and it's S tier. And then we have the Carbon Air, which is a great buy. You know, it's one of them basic suits like the Valor, thin, comfortable, but it has horizontal carbon fiber bands, which gives it a bit more longevity and a little bit more compression. Now, in the low waist version, if you like low waist suits, you should get the Carbon Air Squared. But if you like high waist suits, the Pure Valor. I wish there was a Carbon Air high waist. I would put that over the Pure Valor, but I prefer it. I don't prefer it. They're both very similar, but I do like a high waist suit. Then we have the Engine Wingskin Bullet. It's £200. It's thick. Has this weird taping latch like down the side of your thighs. Yeah, there's no reason to buy it. The Finis HydroX. The last time I done one of these, I put it quite low because it was like €480. That's what I mean. Suits were more expensive last time I looked. And thankfully, that was my biggest criticism of it. Thankfully, Finis have reduced this suit in price, and now you can get it for about £265 in the UK. I'm not sure what it is in the US. It was like 400 in the US back then. Maybe it's still 400 in the US. I just find its durability poor. I find its water retention poor. It's fine. You know, it really is fine. It's fine. Like, I'm not surprised that Cam McAvoy won the Olympics in it, although I do think he'd have gone faster if he wore a Mizuno or a Primo or a Venzo or an Arena Aquaforce Storm CP or anything higher on this list, to be honest. But like, you'll swim fine in it. Like, again, not surprised Dan Whiffen can win races in it. And it makes more sense Dan Whiffen wears it than Cam McAvoy wears it, to be honest. It's fine. Like, none of these suits that I'm putting in this tier are bad suits. If you pick one up for cheap, or you get given one, or you just have one and you wear it, you will be fine. For the most part, you're not going to have massive, it's not going to like add a second to your time versus one of the higher tier lists on like higher tier suits. It's just, there's no reason to buy it when the other suits exist. Like, there's no point buying this for £265 when you can buy a Pure Valor for £100. Like, it makes zero sense. Caleb Dressel and Adam Peaty wear the Pure Valor. Like, why would you buy a suit for 2.5 times the price? You get what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm trying to do here on this list. And then I think this will be my last S tier suit, the Arena Primo. The Arena Primo is expensive. It's £310, and everything about it is expensive. It's luxury, especially that new navy and gold colorway. It's my favorite looking suit. It's the best overall suit. I mean, Arena's distance swimmers wear it, Arena sprinters wear it. It's taken over. I mean, I've seen it in Olympic finals, 1500, 53, 200 fly, everything. It's brilliant. It's a beautiful suit. It manages to combine things I love about Mizuno in terms of like dual layering and hamstring taping with things I love about like the Pure Valor, which is comfort and ease of putting on. I can put on the Primo brand new in just a few minutes, and the compression's still good. but not overwhelming or fatiguing. Honestly, it's a thing of beauty, literally both aesthetically and when you wear it in the water. You pay the price. There's no great deals on it. And it's kind of funny because the suits that I really don't like, and we'll get to them as we go, are getting really heavily reduced. So basically when the Pure Intent 2.0 come out, it had the same price as the Primo. The Primo is basically still at its launch price, you know, a year on, £310. The Pure Valor is half price. The Pure Intent 2.0 is half price now. You can get it for £165, and still I would avoid it like the plague. Like all of Speedo's athletes do. None of Speedo's athletes wear it. Avoid that suit like the plague, even at £165. I guess because when I was looking today, the cheapest of every suit delivered to the UK, the cheapest of every suit I found today was the Pure Intent. I found that not in all sizes, I found it in size 20, 24, 23, 28 and 30 at £60. And at £60, it's a great buy. It's a great buy at £60. At £100, which is like the next cheapest I found it, I'd consider the suit. But at £60, it's a great buy, and I could buy it in 5 different sizes today. My size, maybe in your size, for £60, and for that, it's a freaking great buy. But this one, at £165, avoid like the plague. Just buy it, just wear the Intent instead of the Intent 2.0. Another suit, a bit of a random suit, the Aquarapid Kronos. I'm barely seeing this available anymore. You can buy it in a couple of sizes at 105, which I would consider it at 105, it's in your size. It's a really basic suit with some weird taping. 105, it's fine. I'd consider it. It's not great. Yeah, it makes sense to live there. And then we have, so this is the only Mizuno GX Sonic 5 I put on the list. Again, use buy to get it. Mizuno GX Sonic 5 MR. That's because the CR was not a direct replacement of the MR, and the MV got way more compression and dual layering. So the MR is actually what still exists between the NV and the CR. It's the suit that Jordan Crooks went 19.9 in. It's a great suit. It's a great buy. Finding this, like your size will be difficult. I think it's not. Maybe it's discontinued now. Maybe they're never going to put more stock out. In which case you're going to struggle to buy one. It's a great suit, great buy. It's £150 from buy if you have your size. It's what Jordan Crooks, as I said, just went 19.9 in because it's a little bit less compression than the MV, but it's completely different to the CR. We then have the ET, which is a well priced at £150 on buy, sort of distance orientated suit. I like it. It's kind of what I'd say for it. I'd consider it for distance and super low compression stuff. There. TYR Shockwave, again, £300. What on earth are we thinking at £300 to get this suit? It's there. As I said, I'm ranking within the tiers here. It's fine. I'd throw it to the Forceshell and the HydroX. I don't like it as much as the Core FX. Now we've got some budget suits. We've got 4 budget suits in here. I've got the GX Dual, the GX Sonic Light, the Finis Fuse, and the Arena Impulso. This is £50. Unfortunately, there's no reason to buy it because this at £70 is way better than that at £50. So I wouldn't bother getting the Dual. I would get the Light if you want to get a budget Mizuno, and it's a quality suit. A older variation of this, the MX Sonic, I actually saw my 200 freestyle PB in, just trying out the suit. Finis Fuse I can get for about 60 quid. I like the Fuse still, you know. I'd consider this suit. I'd consider one of these 2 suits as a budget suit. And unfortunately it's the Arena Impulso. I really liked this when I reviewed it, but when I'm looking at the prices of suits today, I can't find one cheaper than £120, which is more than I can get a Pure Valor for, which means there's no reason to buy it, but I think it is under 12 compliant, and if so, I'd consider it, but I prefer the GX Sonic Light and the Pure Valor, and both are cheaper. But if you can only wear that, then you should consider this suit. TYR Avictor, unfortunately, it was £175. I'd get a Pure Valor or I'd get a Carbon Air over it, unfortunately. Arena Aquaforce Storm MF. I love this suit. I do. it just offers something different to the Valor and the Air Squared. I really like it, and its longevity is crazy. It's the easiest suit of any on this whole list to put on. I've worn this suit more than any of the other suits on this list because I've genuinely put it on 150 times in training. It's my go-to training suit because I can be wet and just slip it on. It's a great suit, and you know, if you're racing 200, 400s or longer, it's a great suit. Acron Venom. How much did I find? I found that for £150 online, which is fine. Still no reason to buy it. And finally, I have the GX Sonic 3MR and 3ST because nothing's truly replaced these suits, especially the 3MR, which is an S tier suit if you can buy it still, and the 3ST is a great buy if you can find it still. There we go. That is 30 2025 tech suits ranked. Let me know if you think I've done it wrong. Send me a link. You can use this template and you can do your own tier list. If you want to drop that in the comments, do a tier list and send that in the comments, or just give me your thoughts. I'll do another one of these in 2 years' time. I'm really hoping we have, like, in 2 years' time, there's like some real refreshments because you know, Speedo haven't done a brand new suit now in a long time, in 6 years. The Arena Primo was a big refresh, to be fair. Mizuno's are just refinements now at this point, and they're even a couple of years old. TYR seem to be moving away from the swimming market. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for Buy for sponsoring this, 10% off in the discount. And if you do, as I said, want to know exactly what suit I recommend you, go and check out the tour I have on my website. And I'll see you on the next one.